Hey guys, Coach Julia German here. Today I want to touch on the difference between split squats and lunges, and namely the forward and backward lunges. Because I get that question from my clients all the time. What is the difference between the two? They look very similar to me. And that is true. There are a lot of similarities between the two. You're working a lot of the same muscle groups, and the major ones being the quads, hamstrings, and glutes. They're both variations of unilateral exercises, or uni being one, so one-legged variations for strengthening your legs. And there's also a lot of the same body position or cues involved, especially when you squat down in the lunging part of your motion. But the biggest difference to me is actually a really small and simple one. One involves more movement than the other. The lunge is more dynamic or active than a split squat. In a split squat, you set your base of support. So you get into your start and end position right out of the gates and you stay there. One foot is staggered forward, the other one is back. Again, your feet and legs are set. This is your start and end position. So it's a little more static, it's in place. And then from here, all you have to worry about is bending your knees, lowering down with control, and then coming back up. So just the vertical displacement now, down and up, in the sagittal plane of motion. Cues that are important and that I also look for in a lunge are about a 90-degree angle at the front leg and the back leg. Front knee stacked over front ankle, back hip stacked over back knee. Now you don't have to go that low. You work within your range that's right for your body. And if you don't go that low, you might not find that your back knee is stacked underneath your back hip or vice versa. That is okay. Again, you bend both knees, you go down a little bit, you stand back up, it's still a split squat. Now with the lunge, there's also a horizontal component to the movement. Because if you're doing a forward lunge, you're stepping out forward into the movement before you squat down, before you push back. And if it's a reverse lunge, it's just the opposite. You step back, still horizontal displacement, before you squat down or lower down, before you come back up to standing. So because of that horizontal component, there's additional forces on your body as well. Your body has to slow down or decelerate the initial movement, whether it's a step forward or step back, before it can transfer the forces into the vertical plane of motion, that displacement down and up, before you turn back to the starting position. So again, just a little bit more dynamic, a little more active, a few additional forces, but you're generally working the same muscle groups. It's still a unilateral variation. And just to re-emphasize the cues here for the lunge, when you're down in your squat position, looking for about a 90-degree knee bend at both knees. Front knee stacked over front ankle, back hip stacked over back knee. If you don't go down that low, it may not look like that. That's fine. Okay? If your knee goes over your ankle a little bit in front, that's also okay, as long as you don't feel any pain in your knee. You want to feel your quads working, your hamstrings, your glutes, and your front leg. Glutes, quads are going to be working on your back leg as well. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in your hip flexor, but you don't want to feel bad pain. And what I mean by that is a really sharp pain or burning pain sensation that goes down your leg. That's probably a pull and you want to back out of that. You don't want to feel any pain in your knee. You don't want to feel any pain in your low back. So as long as you're not having any of those warning signs, if you will, then you're doing a lunge. Doesn't matter how deep you go into it. Work within your range in your body. So I hope this clears up a little bit of the confusion, I would say, between a split squat and a lunge. They're not drastically different, but there is an important difference, as I highlighted here. And leave any questions or comments below. If you like this video, if you got something out of it, please give me a thumbs up or a heart. Your feedback in that way is very helpful. And if you think that someone could benefit from seeing this video, please share it with them. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.